So hi guys, welcome again to another video, and for this video I'll be summarizing the chapter 6, which is the network layer. So let's start. So we have here the network layer. We have the addressing and device, encapsulation, routing, and the encapsulation. So for the addressing and device must be configured with the unique IP address or identification on a network. So that will be configured with the unique IP address for identifying the network. So next we have the encapsulation, and the network layer encapsulate the protocol, the data unit from the transport layer into a packet. So the encapsulation process adds IP header transformation such as IP address as the source and sending host. So the next one is the routing. So for the routing, the network layer provides service to detect the packets to a destination host to another network. So packet must be processed by a router, and the role of the router is to select the best path and direct packets toward the destination host and process known as a routing. So for the next one, we have the encapsulation, and if the packet arrives at the network layer of the destination host, the host checks the IP header of the packet. So if the destination IP address within the header matches its own IP address, the IP header is removed from a packet. So after the packet is encapsulated by the network layer, resulting the layer PDU is passed up to the appropriate service and at the transport layer. So let's proceed to the next one. We have the router memory. It has 4 types of memory. We have the RAM, ROM, NVRAM, and the flash. So for the RAM is used in Cisco routers to store application processes and data needed to be executed by the CPU. So Cisco router use a fast type of RAM called synchronous dynamic random access memory or the SD-RAM. So for the next one, we have the ROM. So it is a non-volatile memory used to store a crucial operation instruction and limited IOS. The ROM is a firmware embedded to an integrated circuit inside the router switch, which can be altered by Cisco. So for the next one, we have the NVRAM. So it is a non-volatile memory again, but it is used for permanent storage and start up the configuration or the start of config. So for the next one, we have the flash. It is a non-volatile computer memory used as permanent storage for the iOS and the other system-related files as log files, video configuration files, HTML files, backup configurations, and more. So let's proceed to the network layer. So we have 7 kinds or types of network layer. We have the physical data link, the network and transport and session, presentation and application. So for the physical, it is a mechanical and electrical, functional and procedural. It means update, maintaining and deactivate the physical connection for bit transmission to and from a network device. And for the data link, it describes methods for exchanging data frames between over the common media. So for the network, it provides service to exchange the individual piece of data network between identified end devices. So for the transport, it defines service to segment, transfer and reassemble the data for individual communication between the end devices. So the next one is the session. It is a services to presentation layer that organize its dialogue and to manage data exchange. So the next one is the presentation. This is a common representation of the data transport between application services. So for the next one, we have the application. It means that for end-to-end connectivity between the individuals and in human network using the data network. So here are the example on how to configure the LAN interface. So you just enable first the router and config terminal, and you will interface the gigabit telnet ethernet 0/0, and you will put the IP address and the subnet mask, and you will activate the router and you will put no shutdown, and will just exit just like the same you do it in the interface gigabit ethernet dot slash 1. So for the next one, we have the router configuration step. Like what I've said, we will first enable this and configure, and you will put the host name, and you will use the line console 0 and line VTY 0 and 4. The banner mode is for you to put a message of the day, and this copy running config and startup. You will see that in the end of the configuration. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you again on the next video.